Hi folks, today I want to talk about the future Ricoh GR cameras. That actually two cameras coming within the next 12 months. And this is more than a rumor, folks, because Ricoh Pentax managers really were openly talking about one of the models that is coming, and a Ricoh Pentax ambassador hinted about a second model coming later. So today I want to give you insights about those new models, but before we talk about the new Ricoh GR cameras, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel, hit the notification button to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. So like I told you, there is an official interview at dpreview.com and a hint coming from a YouTuber and Ricoh Pentax ambassador. So let's kick off first with the interview, because there are some interesting info shared by the managers. One info particular about the new camera, but there's also other info that's very interesting. So let's kick off with the less interesting part and then talk about the exciting Ricoh GR model coming pretty soon from the words of the Ricoh manager. So let's kick off with the first info. First, they say that while the demand for compact cameras is decreasing, the interest for unique compact models has increased. In fact, demand for GR cameras is so high that the company has found it difficult to build enough of them. So Ricoh is currently very committed to increase the supply of those cameras, and that's their first priority. We know that the Ricoh GR is hardly in stock. There's a huge demand, and not only for that camera, but also for the Fujifilm X106 and the Leica Q3. Those fixed lens compact cameras are selling great, and there's little competition as of yet. Sony is asleep on a wheel. They had a nice RX full frame compact camera. They decided to not update it for many years now, which is a big mistake in my opinion, but Ricoh is really nailing it with the GR series, and they really promise in this interview to make more of those cameras. Before we talk about the next model coming from Ricoh, just a curiosity, because they also talked about the now nearly defunct DSLR world, because as you know, Ricoh Pentax is the only company still making some kind of DSLR cameras, and they think there's still a market for that. Actually, they saw a increase in demand for second-hand DSLR cameras, and they also think there's a market for DSLR cameras in the future, because there are customers that want to see the real light through the lenses and not through an AVF. As you know, DSLR cameras have a pentaprism, so you see the real light in the optical viewfinder, something you cannot experience on any mirrorless camera, and apparently according to them there's a value in that. But now let's move back to the Ricoh GR future. They say a lot of research tells them that users are requesting built-in flash like you had on the GR2. As you know, the GR3 dropped the built-in flash, and there's still a big demand for this, but the manager really was open about this, saying that having a built-in flash in the camera would increase the size of the body. You cannot have it all, a bigger battery for a longer battery life, or a bigger sensor to have better image quality or heat dissipation. So in this case, he really made understand that the built-in flash is likely not coming back, and there are also some people requesting video features, but also in that case he said the Ricoh GR is really made for street photography, so video has no place, at least in that camera series. But now the big news is the next one, because they say the Pentax K3 Mark III Monochrome got a nice reaction from users. To be frank, more than our expectations. Our research says a lot of GR users are waiting for the release of a monochrome compact camera. Of course, that dedicated number is smaller than for other products, but at the moment there's only Leica, which is extremely expensive. If we release such a camera, I think we can appeal to them. And that's the real big news of today, that they are openly saying a Ricoh GR monochrome camera is really on the mind, and such a big statement makes it for me clear that such a model is coming really soon. So I'm betting everything you want that this year we're getting a Ricoh GR monochrome camera. And I think they will sell many of those cameras, because monochrome cameras are quite popular. But then there is also the question, when will be the 4th generation GR camera coming? And there is a hint, because a YouTuber named Samuel Lintaro, he's also a Ricoh ambassador, hinted that in 2026 Ricoh will have a much bigger booth at a CP Plus show, because there will be something big announced. I think at this point it's very clear that the new Ricoh GR4 will be announced in exactly 1 year, so in February 2026. And basically we are getting two GR cameras between now and February. The first is going to be the Monochrome GR3 camera, and then the GR4 likely in February of 2026. This is what I deducted from the interview and also from the statement of the YouTuber. I think there's a 90% chance that this is going to happen. And if you have some more info about exact time frame release of the new Ricoh Monochrome camera and also some hints about the GR4, you can always contact me using the email address here in the contact box, or also through Signal and Telegram. I'm happy that such premium compact cameras that are really beautiful to hold and own are selling well, and I think more companies should do that. I hope again that Sony will wake up, because they had a really nice RX lineup, the RX100 being very compact with a nice zoom. But as a photographer, I really love the RX1 series. It's a full frame series that was extremely compact. It's still very compact if you can buy the camera on Amazon used and also new, still very expensive. This camera kept the pricing, so it doesn't drop in price. And the RX1 is extremely compact because the body plus the built-in lens are as small as the Fuji X106 and nearly as small as the Ricoh GRs. So what Sony did 10 years ago with the RX1 series was a real engineering masterpiece, but the cameras really are outdated, the menu is horrible, the battery life is short. So having a new RX1, R3 or whatever the name will be would sell very hot in my opinion. So hopefully Sony wakes up. Maybe the risk here is that if Sony, Nikon and Canon will come up with premium compact fixed lens camera, that the market will get saturated very quickly, because it's true that the Ricoh GR, Leica Q3 and the X106 from Fujifilm are selling hot, but also because they're only cameras available. If there would be, instead of 10 cameras, probably then things would look differently. But let me know in the comment system what you think about this. First of all, if you think you would like to get the Ricoh GR Monochrome camera. Also, let me know if you agree with me that the Sony RX1 should be renewed with a new model, longer battery life, new menu. Probably keep even the same lens, but I would definitely buy this camera. Let me know if you would also buy this camera. And really, that's it for today. First of all, again, subscribe to not miss any of the upcoming rumors. Also, like this video to help in the YouTube algorithm. And again, stay tuned, because I have a ton of rumors to share about Panasonic, that will announce a new full-frame L-mount camera in April, about Canon, of course, Nikon, Sony will announce some pretty unique lens, and hopefully also the A7 IV before autumn. So still hoping that we might get this camera not too late. And then of course many other rumors, and with my secret hope that DJI will surprise us with a new L-mount mirrorless camera. But that's something that's really like a crazy hope as of now. Folks, that's it for today. See you soon.